Good evening, Tom Grunden, Parks and Facilities Manager for the City of Moscow, and I'm also lucky enough to be the staff liaison to the Moscow Tree Commission. And the Moscow Tree Commission works closely with me and other staff members as needed as far as any other endeavors, projects, initiatives that we might have in any given year. So with that comment made, I'll turn it over to Geoff Potter, our chair, and David Rock, our esteemed secretary, is here this evening as well.
Good evening. Thanks for having me here. I'm Geoff Potter, chair of the Moscow City Tree Committee. Here to give you our report. I would like to first start off by thanking Doug Stewart, who is our new summer intern for building this this program for us. So get to know us. One thing I'd like to report about the Tree Committee is that we have been doing a lot of things this year that we've done in years past. And one thing you can see about our staff is that we are very few in number. So the same workload being put on 4 people as opposed to more than 4 people. One thing I would say at this point in time, while we have some a little bit of press, is that we really would love to have people who are interested in trees. Please feel free to come and help volunteer their time to really help us progress the movement of the urban forest here in Moscow. And really we're really trying to do a lot of work to help that out, and we really do need some help. So I know we've beat the bushes everywhere that we know of, the individual council members. We really need some more help from the public to come on, step up, and all you would have to do so is get in touch with Mayor Cheney, or in fact you can go online to the City Hall website, at which point there's a way to join a commission there. So please feel free to, you don't have to be a professional arborist, you don't have to know a lot. Basically we're looking for concerned citizens who have some time to help out. That's what I've got to say about that. Our mission of the Tree Committee is to make sure that the urban forest is taken care of, and that here in Moscow we really have a consciousness and awareness of what's going on above our heads. And at the committee we really try and do everything we possibly can to educate the public, and that's basically what this program here is about. And what our program has been about thus far in educating people is to avoid this. These types of issues occur throughout our community. Problems with trees. These are smaller trees and are probably not going to create a lot of hazard or liability, but what I would say is that it does occur often that we have problems where a little forethought could have saved the citizens of our city a lot of money, a lot of pain, and sometimes liability costs. So this last year, we've spent, we had a wonderful day on Arbor Day celebration, trying to get the word out again about how important trees are. The mayor was wonderful enough, and some of the committee members were wonderful enough to come down and help celebrate our Arbor Day, where we planted a spring snow crabapple, which was apropos as it did snow that day. It was a fantastic day, and I really appreciate the people who came out and helped us out there. Another thing we do in the Tree Committee is we actually host a booth at the county fair where we try and have an interaction with the public, a direct interaction with the public, and allow people a chance to come up and speak with us, ask us questions, talk to us about what's going on, you know, either with their trees or with what we do as a committee. We really try and encourage the public to interact with us. We were very lucky to have all of these trees. In fact, there's more that are not in the picture, were actually donated to the committee in the city of Moscow by local landscapers, nurseries, and the like, who just were wanting to have, you know, people plant trees, and that's really so helpful to have that awareness raised. Another thing we did was we've been able to give away over 200 Japanese maple seedlings at the farmers market this year. We've been at the farmers market twice, and we expect to be there one more time this year, and that's what day is that? Is that August? The 27th of this month, we'll have our booth up there again. Probably myself and possibly Dave or some others from the committee will be there representing and trying again to interact with the citizens of Moscow and trying to encourage the proper growth and the health of their trees. We also have, as part of our community education, Tom has got a list of certified individuals who are certified in the city of Moscow to do work for us. We actually have a program in the city of Moscow where for a landscaping or a tree service company to come in and do work, they must be certified first. So that means they have to take quite a detailed test, which I know because I've passed. I took it twice. But you have to pass a test. You have to do some, which is not only about trees, but also about the city laws and some of our rules about what trees, what we need from our trees, and how we need them to be in our city. So we also have a tree planting dedication fund, which has been added to as the divisions of Moscow has been growing. We have an opportunity for people to utilize this fund. I think it's really underused, and I would like to get it publicly out there that if people would like to plant trees in the street right away, we do have a fund that will help them do that. So please let us know. Again, that's you, Tom. There's the Parks and Recs Department has a application, and you could find that at. And what's the address? That's on. At the City of Moscow website under Community Forest. Oh, at the City of Moscow website as well. So there's quite a few things at the City of Moscow website that are good information there and really easy access to get some of this stuff. Another thing we're doing is for people who are moving into town, in the new certificate of occupancy packets, we have designed and are giving out a new tree selection guide. Actually, that's not the new tree selection guide, but we also have another guide that goes with it that we actually designed this year with help from a couple of the new members that have unfortunately left us, but they did good work before they left. So that's kind of one of the things we're doing for information. One of the things we're planning to go from here on is to look at the GIS database and really start to get a grasp on some of the management problems and issues that we have here in Moscow. We have a very mature urban forest here in Moscow, and with any urban forest that's mature, there is a lot of things that need to be looked at, including liability issues. We have a lot of trees that are very large and under power lines. We have all kinds of things to be dealing with, and we're starting to get a little bit better of a grasp on it because we're able to use this type of software. And as we get more into it, we'll actually be able to maybe bring in some of the programs like legacy or heritage trees as well, where we might sell maybe for funding maybe the idea of a plaque or a legacy or heritage concept for trees in the city right away. One of the things we're thinking about. Another item worthy of mention is, again, we did receive the Tree City USA Award this year, and we are in Moscow, a Tree City USA. We're very proud of that fact. We do care a lot about our trees. In fact, we care so much about them that no matter what, we can have a good showing of people who have emotions tied to our trees. And this is very heartening for me that this last year we had maybe a political thing that happened with the megalodes going through town, and some of the trees needed to be trimmed, and people are so concerned about our trees that they came out and stood up for what they thought the trees were being harmed. But I think they've pretty much made it through this one, but I'm very, very grateful that people are excited about trees and concerned about trees in our city. I would like to thank you all for having us here on the committee, and if you'd have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them for you at this time.
Thank you, Geoff, and thank you for all the work that you and your colleagues on the Tree Commission do. It's phenomenal. I mean,
Absolutely my pleasure.
Tree City status, growth city, the strength of the urban forest, the value of street trees, monetarily and non-monetarily is just an important part of what our community's about. It's like Sue had a hand up
And
there.
just to promote your commission, when do they meet?
We meet on the first Thursday of every month, and we meet right here at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
First Thursday of every month, 5 o'clock. Oh, and just in case you are possibly a committee member out there in public land and don't know it yet and would like to participate, it's like an hour a month. It really is not that big of a deal. We get together, we're really nice people, and we chat about trees, and then we also talk about things that we can do to help. And then we go and interact with the public. So don't be afraid. Come on down and we'll have a good time. I make cookies sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Walter?
And that meeting is in the mayor's conference room directly below this level. So
Mayoral conference room, that's
yeah,
correct,
on the
sir.
first floor in the southeast corner. A question, if I may, Geoff. You talked about the tree planting dedication fund, and your slide said something about 20-odd subdivisions participating with 4 soon.
Mm-hmm.
Are those just new subdivisions in Moscow? Is that
I'm going to refer that answer to...
if you pick a subdivision that was built here in 1910, they cannot participate. Is that correct, Tom?
Out of luck, that's correct.
Okay, these are just for newly built subdivisions where the developers are required to put funds up?
Correct.
Step up to
Within
the
la-
microphone, Tom.
Within
There
the
you go.
last 10 years, yes.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay. Tom?
A couple things. I'm wondering, I'm looking at the city website right now, and I'm not finding the list of certified arborists. Do we have that on the page, or am I just not finding it?
You've hit the kink in the armor.
Okay. Sorry.
That-
Sorry, I didn't mean
We'll
to
be
do
there, we're
Shortly.
revising the list right now, and that will be up shortly.
Great.
Thanks, Tom.
New updated list.
Yeah.
And the other, well, maybe this is another kink, but I was chink. I was riding here tonight on my bike down the Paradise Path and through Berman Creekside Park and then all along to 95. And a number of times I noticed that my helmet was hitting willow branches. And so I'm not a megalode, but we might need to trim some of those trees too. So just bike
attach a
helmet
little
height.
saw to
I
your
know, I need to
helmet.
put a
There you
little
go.
thing on my roof of my
We'd be
helmet.
glad to sign you up, Tom, and put you on the...
I'll just take
trimming committee.
my things out there, and do it,
I
but
was-
I'm not certified, so I shouldn't.
I was just going to have him shorten the seat post.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
I could squat it down a little bit. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.